I think we're live. Hopefully everything is working. Yeah, I'm just quickly going live to tell everybody that Bitcoin is absolutely breaking out. I don't like to live stream on my laptop here. I'm getting a new laptop in about 3 days, so hopefully things will be better at that point. But Bitcoin is going absolutely insane right now, everybody. I just wanted to quickly notify you guys of that. We right now for Bitcoin are at $22,200, where, fun fact, about I don't know, 3 hours ago or so, I recorded a video where Bitcoin was at 21.3, I think, $1,000, and I said the moment that we breach this line at about $21.4 or so, things are gonna go haywire. And the moment that it did, the moment that it broke out, I said again, a little tiny bump at 22,000, but not too much. I personally think we're gonna go straight towards like 24.5 or so $1,000. We're not there yet. We still need some confirmation, but this has been an amazing little ride here for the last couple of minutes here. It's not been that long since we've broken out, but it's already pretty crazy to watch. And I don't think we're gonna get too many viewers. I'm not sure if I already had I think I already posted too many videos, so we're not going to get a notification to the people. But for anybody watching, just make sure you understand I appreciate you. And things are just going pretty crazy right now. So I wanted to quickly just go live. And the people that we'll see afterwards, we'll see afterwards. Not to worry about that, guys. Just wanted to quickly give it to everybody. Let me quickly also post the video. And for anybody that's watching right now, can you see everything? Is everything clear? Just quickly let me know, guys. I'm also posting it in the Telegram. I need another phone to post it in the Telegram. Or can I do it on here? Quickly see. Yeah, it's a little bit laggy, but I think it will do. Yeah, there we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, yeah, so what are we expecting next? Well, honestly, guys, this is already out of proportion crazy, the amount of FOMO that we're seeing right now. People are going absolutely insane on the entire crypto market. As I said over in the title probably already, I'm not sure exactly what's in the title, coins are going absolutely nuts. Hbar is up 35% today. It is absolutely insane. It is up over 14.5% in the hour. Oh, that is insane, guys. Are you guys seeing this with me here? Are you guys seeing my screen or no? It's up 15% in 1 hour. And fun fact, Hbar is one of my biggest holdings. This is such an amazing day. And I didn't expect this. I was going to go to bed almost. And all of a sudden, we're seeing this. Hbar up 15% in 1 hour, 34% up in 1 day. A coin that I, fun fact, bought yesterday is up 12%, but the market is up 12%, so who cares? Quant is up 9.5%. Algorand I care about is up 9%. A lot I care about that. VeChain is up roughly 8% today, also amazing. IOTA, one of my most recent bigger holds, is up 6%. Let's quickly take a look at the rest of the coins that I really hold a lot of. Polygon is up 5.2%. That is also amazing, amazing, amazing. Ethereum, obviously, 5.2% in the plus, amazing. Cardano, 5%. eGold, 4.2. Chainlink, 4.6. It's just all in all a really, really good day. Actually, XRP is one of the worst performing coins right now in the plus. It's only up 2.6% right now. It's not doing that good versus Bitcoin. And I guess if we look at the grand scheme of things here, it's still doing fine. But a lot of other coins are outperforming it. Even Bitcoin right now is up 5% throughout the day. As we said, right now it's trading at roughly $22,200. So going pretty damn crazy right now. My wallet is happy about Hbar. Yeah, for sure. Anybody that's holding Hbar is having a very, very good day today, I suppose. Everybody, if you're watching this right now, make sure you press that what do I call it? Like button real quick. Otherwise, because there's no notification for the majority of people, the more likes we get, the more people might be able to see this stream. And yeah, things are crazy. So on the short term, we had a Bitcoin a little flag going on, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it, but honestly, I didn't expect it to matter at all. What we said in the most recent video, and for anybody that's not seen it, I still actually recommend you guys to view it. It's on my channel. It's the last video that we made. I think about an hour ago it was posted, but I recorded it about 3 hours ago, I think, or so. I never like to post videos like with not less than like an hour and a half in between. So I wait about an hour and a half before I release the next video. Otherwise, many people don't know there's 2 videos out and I waste my time because a lot of people will not see it basically. Wait, what's this? Rocket pool? It's up 20%. Never heard of it before, but it has a market cap of $400 million. What? Wait. That's crazy. Never heard of this before. I guess volume is 40 million. What is Rocket Pool? Never heard of this before, guys. Sean says, I bought Hbar at the exact right time. Z Sean says, we are XRP Army and XRP is not doing that well. Man, XRP is doing fine. It's not doing amazing, unfortunately. But like I said, give it a little bit of time. It's my honest hope, right? Then again, I think if you're listening to what I've said in at least 1,000 of my videos, right? I think at least 1,000. But we can go quickly back to my channel right here, if we can. Hopefully I can. There we go. Hopefully nothing's going to scream in my face. I don't think so. Anyway, even though it's not loading that quickly because we're streaming, what I want to say, I think about 2 weeks ago or so, you can see 3 hours ago, this video did not perform well, I already knew. And because I already posted 3 videos in 24 hours, not many people are going to get a notification for the stream. But if you look back a little bit, I think it was at the start of the year. Where was this now? I made a video, how to get rich with crypto. Honestly, I think a lot of the cryptos I mentioned in that video are doing amazing today. But there's another point. There's also, I actually put on my agenda earlier today that I should make a video about my top 5 or top 7 or top 10 coins or so. I was going to release that tomorrow at like 10:30 Dubai time. But now I might have to put that a little bit later. I also have a video from the 7th of December or so, something along those lines, where I basically talk about my favorite coins that I never uploaded. But I've uploaded it so ridiculously many times to you guys. My favorite coins. Here, this is that rich video, by the way. But yeah, I just talk about a lot of different cryptos that I think are amazing. And usually, we're pretty spot on with that. Right now, however, is the time where we're starting to look into a lot of these, I guess, crazier cryptos again. Right now, guys, please don't go absolutely crazy with the FOMO because, again, we've had this many times before that we get a slight little pump and just fall right back down. And the FOMO right now is absolutely real. It is going absolutely insane, even though it's not necessarily supported by volume or anything. It's not going that haywire just quite yet. I guess it might showcase itself throughout the day still, because right now for on the UTC, we still have a couple hours left. But you can see some of these pumps were way crazier. It's just right now the fact that we are crossing such an important resistance that I'm getting excited. And the fact that we already expected the moment that we do, and we get the confirming candle, is going to be a pretty easy ride towards like $24,000, $25,000. That's mostly what we're excited about. Indeed, like Tusu says, RSI is extremely high right now, extremely overbought. There's a lot of FOMO. But the fact that altcoins right now, guys, and this is so important to me, the fact that altcoins like Hbar, for example, are pumping in these crazy double digits, that's signs for me that it's not just FOMO, but it's actually a little bit more of a bullish underthought. Again, if it was just Bitcoin up 5% and crossing some smaller resistance, I wouldn't be here screaming. I wouldn't be here making a live stream for you guys because that would be exciting, but that would be it, right? It may happen what may happen afterwards. This is the exact scenario that I told you guys in my Get Rich with Crypto video, where you have to start watching out for crazier altcoins that are lower on the list. Hopefully you guys have noticed, I'm trying to share on my channel now every couple of days whenever I find them, some of these gems that I'm investing into. And I'm going to share one again tomorrow. But there's basically a lot of tokens that can do extremely well given the right market timing. And if you are able to buy them before they actually launch in the pre-sale or seed round, whatever, you can make a freaking crazy amount of money. That's how most of the extremely wealthy guys that I know made their money in the last big bull run. It's literally the best thing out there. However, the best way to do that is to get in when the bull market is coming up. I've said it before in my video earlier today that the bull market could already be ongoing. And we won't be able to identify it until after a couple of months when Bitcoin makes new highs or so. Let me explain. So the big moment that Bitcoin hit its bottom was 2020 March. Do you know when Bitcoin hit its peak? November, I don't know, 14th, 8th or whatever, something like that. The middle of November 2021. So it took about a year and a half to go from its bottom to its peak. Right now, for example, it could be so that the bottom was made, pick a place, November of 2022. right? Then if we do another year and a half afterwards, we're still going to have to wait till, let's say, for example, the middle of 2024 or the beginning of 2024 until we actually get our peak. So for right now, the price is to just kind of slightly go upwards with a couple of very big pullbacks among the middle. That's completely fine because it's the road upwards. So right now, I'm looking for a lot of altcoins that are going to be going better than Bitcoin and better than most other investments along this journey towards the top. That does not mean that there cannot be a lower bottom, but it means that the probability of getting this lower bottom, for me at least, keeps getting lower and lower. And so I'm just kind of shifting my focus from being risk averse, staying mostly either stables or Bitcoin, to now diversifying a lot more into crazier altcoins. Even though I've been buying my stash of altcoins daily, it's like what I do every single day is I look at the income. Basically, I see what I can delegate to crypto. I delegate it and I go on a little buying spree. I've said it before a couple of times how I do it. Usually I buy XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum every single day, and then the rest kind of changes every single day. Some days I buy QNT and Hbar. Some days I buy IOTA and VeChain, for example, and that kind of circulates. For anybody that did not know how I go about buying my crypto, I do it every single day, but which ones I buy kind of depends on what I'm feeling to click that day. I digress. So I think a lot of people don't understand how much money can be made from buying the right coins when things are coming up. It's not about buying them when they're already up, right? It's literally the buy low, sell high type of scheme. But you can only do that if you're taking, in my opinion, more risk than a lot of other people are willing to take. We've said it before with the analogy of how Jeff Bezos could have gotten so rich. Do you know he had an opportunity to cash up, let's say, pick a number, I don't know the exact number, 20 million bucks or so, completely safe, fair and square, easy. But he didn't. No, he went on, pull the freaking lever, go absolutely haywire, invest the 20 million and go yet again. Same thing for Elon Musk. How much did he have when he sold PayPal, at least his share in that? A lot, 100 plus million. So what did he do? Did he go and be like, oh, you know, I'm going to sit down here. I'm going to take the easy road. No. These people are pretty much maniacs if you think about it. But they just put it into the reinvest machine with very high risk instead of taking everything safe. But that's ultimately what gets these crazy, ridiculously high returns. Literally, guys, what I've seen last year, if only you could see what I've seen, people turn $100,000 into more than $100 million in a year. Can you imagine? Can you just imagine for a second doing that twice? Some people do that. It's mind-boggling. But yeah, it all stems from knowing when to enter. Knowing when to enter. The exit is not that hard because you'll usually stay in profit anyway until the entire market just crashes down. It's knowing when to enter. And right now, Bitcoin is going absolutely insane, actually. It's still pumping up, by the way. Look at this, guys. And by the way, little side note, for anybody that still has not gotten a cool place to trade yet, let me actually show you guys. I personally trade on Bybit. It's just personal preference at the end of the day, though, guys. I personally like it because, well, it has a pretty juicy bonus, and I like the people. You guys have seen me go to Monaco with them. I think I've gone to Dubai with them, even though I live here. Yeah, I've done a couple of cool things. CEO is a really nice guy. I don't know what else to tell you. I just like the people. And usually, picking an exchange is two parts: liking the people and getting good bonuses and having good, I guess, VIP statuses. It kind of depends on what type of trader you are. But you can see right here, we have a $30,000 bonus right now. How this works, by the way, some people don't understand. It basically means if you deposit a certain amount or trade a certain amount, you can get $30,000 for free in trading money. But the trading money, if you really want to, you can trade it in a safe manner to just get the money for free. Or the way I see it is this is free money to take extra risk with, because if you lose it, you didn't lose anything. But if you win and using 30,000 bucks with, for example, 10x leverage, that's $300,000 that you're trading with then. 100x leverage, that's 3 million that you're trading with then, for example. But it's mostly for the people that are starting out with trading, for example, and they get themselves a $100 bonus, a $50 bonus or whatever. They can kind of use that money to get themselves acquainted with the platform and whatnot. But yeah, just check out Bybit. A link will be down below. And just go to the tab that says rewards. It's like a reward center or rewards tab. And there's also a link for NordVPN down below. Everybody watching right now should get a VPN. I keep telling that. And the same thing for Ledger. This depends, but you might want to get a Ledger. A link will be down below for that as well. Everybody in the chat box, where you guys are watching from right now? Bitcoin is going insane. Little watch party here. We should all respect the pump. As you guys know, always respect the pump. It is going insane, insano style. $22,350 per Bitcoin right now as we speak. as we speak. I do not have TradingView on this phone yet. I just bought it today. The new 14 Pro Max. Recording this with a 13 Pro Max, by the way. We have in the chat, let's see, Garden River First Nation, SoCal, Southern California, Atlanta, San Antonio, W, Montana, USA, Denver, Colorado. So everybody's watching us from the US, huh? Wait, what? Is there nobody from not US? Oh, we have Lasse from Denmark, I think. Oh, we have UK gang in the house. Oh, there we go. The rest is from UK. I guess we have an interesting division today. That's funny. Oh, there we go. There we go. We got some different. Oh, there we go. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Romania. Oh, no, there we go. Look at that. Netherlands, Canada, more UK, Ireland, Australia, South Africa, Texas, Romania, mighty Michigan. Wow. Nederland, my G. Very nice, my bro. Lekker grap. Lekker grap. Very nice. And everybody, you don't have to, but if you want the stream to be shown to more people, make sure you press that like button. Just appreciate it, you know? You don't have to, but we have 36 likes right now, even though we have almost 200 people watching. So make sure you press that like button. Yeah, that's about it. Wow, holy smokes though, guys. I did not imagine this when I was sitting here. I actually, I texted somebody, let's go for a little walk, like 45 minutes ago. And then all of a sudden, crypto started exploding. I'm like, damn. Right now, all my trades are still open. And I actually, fun fact, I added, I think, when was the last time that I added? I think it's about a day and a half ago or so. But I was even hesitant to add because I'm thinking, man, there could indeed, so it was most likely during this candle right here, the 18th, that I added a little bit more. But I was thinking, man, we could indeed actually continue on for a little slight pullback before trying to breach through, because we only attempted it once, right, for a 3-day period, but only one attempt. You know, I was thinking back at it like, we could have a similar scenario as this. I wasn't necessarily thinking this, but I was thinking more along the lines of basically that we were to, for this then, climb back down, potentially have one little bounce off of this, and then try again, and then kind of breach like this. This is more so what I was expecting to happen. Which, again, can still happen. Don't get it twisted. Right now, there's a lot of FOMO. RSI is still ridiculously high. We're getting not that much volume, but significant price, meaning most likely that people are just going a little bit overzealous with not that much people pulling back or I guess, counteracting the steam. There's just a lot of buying pressure right now with not that much selling pressure ongoing. Most likely, a lot of sell walls. How do you say it? Sorry. Most likely just a lot of shorts as well got liquidated right now, just absolutely getting destroyed, as many people were banking on this $21.5 thousand barrier. And the moment that we breach through, this is what you see happen very often. The moment that you breach is when you get a little bit of a crazy rally because your major resistance is there. But honestly, guys, my first target for my long positions, honestly, my targets start at 24 point some thousand, and then we're going to see from there on forward. But like I've said 1,000 times, I always keep at least one long position open. This is the style that I don't necessarily recommend for everybody. But what I personally think is as long as I keep a long position open. I've had a couple people in my WhatsApp group chat, another couple of crypto YouTubers, especially one Japanese guy. What's his name now? That's a Japanese ass name. Sushimo? I'll think about it. Remind me in just a second to think of the guy. Really nice guy. He doesn't speak English, but really nice guy at least. The moments that I've met him. Nice watch as well, fun fact. He showed me a picture before, I think where he opened the Bitcoin trade at like $3,000 and it was still open at 69,000 freaking dollars. That was absolutely wild. And it made me think, this is like months ago already, right? But it made me think, man, I need to have this. And so what I've been doing for a long time, as I've shared multiple times on the channel, is just keep getting my average price for my Bitcoin trade lower and lower and lower. However, I trade on multiple accounts. I have multiple companies that basically do something in the trading field. So I don't really mind closing some of these trades basically in profit whenever we feel fit, according to the strategy, and to leave some open kind of just for fun, so to speak. You can also do this if you open a trade with Bitcoin instead of USDT, for example, or for any other cryptocurrency for that matter. But those are riskier, you know. With an Hbar, for example, it's going, by the way, it's going absolutely haywire. I'm just checking it on the side here on the side screen. Hbar is mentally Draining, 30% up. But with coins like that, it's a little bit riskier because you could get stopped out a little bit quicker. And that's the biggest risk you have when you keep a long position open for such a long amount of time. With Bitcoin, it's a little bit more stable, so it's a little bit safer to go for. Let's see. Dusty is, oh, thank you very much. Congratulations to whoever was leveraging Hbar, Algo, and Bitcoin right now. Let's see, guys. Let's quickly see. Let's see what the team is. Because I think we have an Hbar long position open. Let's quickly check it out. I think, okay, it does not specify. We have an Hbar long position open. And altcoins. I'm not sure exactly what altcoins is. These are not. Okay, so unfortunately, we don't have a long position on most of the good altcoins. Here you can see these are just our spot buys, unfortunately. But fun fact, we had a long position open on Hbar then. So this is a team post, basically. It's such a long story, but things have changed a lot in the last year, maybe 2 years or so. And so I don't actually do all the trades myself. We actually have an entire team that does a lot of cool stuff. And in this case here, I didn't actually fully how do you say it? Give the thumbs up or anything on this post. So I'm not exactly sure what trades we have ongoing there in the background. But that's pretty crazy. That's pretty nice. Could be pretty juicy then. If you just think about it for a second, let's say that we have a 10x on Hbar. That's like itchy. I'm getting like an itch just thinking about it. That's 300% today. That's pretty crazy, guys. I don't want to overhype you here, but that's pretty crazy. Woo! That's pretty crazy. My neighbors must hate me, man. I've been screaming so many times in the middle of the night. It is 1 a.m., by the way. Not that hefty, but sometimes I'm recording these videos at like, 3:40 or so. And these neighbors right here, they must hate me. Because sometimes when crypto just starts pumping, we just do a little bit of a crazy thing. Because that is wild, guys. I'm so excited. Man, I'm honestly so excited. As well, this makes me think about all the freaking altcoin rushes we're going to start seeing in the next couple of months if this kind of pushes through. If Bitcoin, it can go, by the way, if it just goes for a little bit of a pullback and it is not, okay, so let's say next candle is red, right? Looks like this. That's completely fine, depending on whether or not we stay above this current level. At that point, I'm still staying bullish. I'd hope, however, that we get a little confirming candle tomorrow. Another little green candle, because at that point, I'm honestly extremely bullish for us to just continue on towards about $25,000 or so without that much of a hurdle, depending on what the candle is going to be looking like tomorrow. Right now, on the 4-hourly, let's quickly see. Yeah, we got our first quote-unquote breach candle. Is still debatable though. So I guess over the next 4 hours, this can also already decide whether or not we've gotten ourselves the confirmation and are going to persist towards 24 or whatnot thousand, depending on how strong you want your confirmations to be, right? Some people count the 4 hour as good enough. Some people think a daily is where it kind of starts with such a major reversal. I'm not so sure it's actually still a reversal, right? We had our little W here. Some people said, trust the U. Fun fact, by the way, I was checking out, what is his name? CZ earlier. And I swear to God, maybe he was telling us something earlier with his, look at this. So CZ earlier said 2 hours ago, posted, I think it's available, give it a second. Yeah. Posted a tweet as a retweet, as Unfolded said, Bitcoin hash rate hits an all-time high. Then he said, wonder what will follow. And I posted 2 tweets, just to be sure. And I posted 2 tweets because I was not sure if it was going to pump or dump. I just wanted to have a tweet below him just kind of for fun. I thought maybe he's going to say something about it because he didn't specify what will follow next. But now I'm thinking, man, this guy, co-founder of the biggest exchange in the world, saying, wonder what will follow after, an exciting announcement of Bitcoin reaching an all-time high in hash rate, even though it's happening every single day almost now. And then 1 hour after he says that, Bitcoin breaks through. It's kind of coincidental, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie to you. Bitcoin dominance, you said check it out. Bitcoin dominance is actually going up a lot, which is peculiar because you'd kind of expect that altcoins right now are outperforming Bitcoin like crazy, but I guess that's not the case. Bitcoin dominance is actually increasing significantly here right now. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you're wondering, this is what we identified a long time ago, being the little Bitcoin, I guess, pump and dump zone, where Bitcoin just kind of keeps trading in this little range of 48 and roughly 40% or so of Bitcoin dominance. You can see this travels all the way back to May of 2021, that Bitcoin has been trading in the same range it just kind of keeps going up and down within that region. Hbar dumping? Yeah, I mean, good things don't last forever, huh? I mean, it was only right for it to eventually happen. Let's quickly take a look. This is the crypto market cap without Bitcoin. Not sure what we have drawn in here. Something crazy maybe? Okay, so what we were showcasing here a long time ago is, I think, if I remember correctly, every single, let's see how far it goes. No, it does not. I think this showcased every single crypto pump before that we've ever had and the performance that it could have, basically. If we kind of, follow along with the previous pumps that we've had. Again, I want everybody to be remembered, or to remind everybody, like I said earlier, you have to understand that we might not know where the bottom is going to be. Wait, somebody said it got rejected. Stop selling dreams here. What are we talking about here? About Bitcoin specifically? I'm not so sure exactly what you're talking about. I digress. So, very important to understand here. We don't know when the bottom is going to be, necessarily. The only thing we can kind of gauge is the fact that before we're at the peak of the bull run, which might or might not have started, right? That depends on when the last dip is going to be. But you only know that afterwards. You only know that in a couple of months whether or not the bull market actually started. Because you never know if it's going to reach a bigger peak, lower dip. Like I said earlier, please understand this for a second. Whenever somebody tells you we're in a bull or a bear market, it's based upon the recent price action for like the last 90 days or so. If 90 days of bullish action, we're like, oh, bull market. However, when really do we consider it to be a bull market? Is it only in the period from which it hit the lowest dip and then the all-time high? That makes sense, right? But then you're basically always thinking, well, we can dip lower because we have not hit the all-time high yet, so it's not really a bull market. Or when exactly do you consider a bull market to be back, huh? And that's why a lot of people are saying, well, maybe at $25,000 or so, we've gone for such a big reversal again from $15,000 or 14, maybe not 15, I think something $1,000. We've gone up almost double in Bitcoin price. Yeah, I think we're starting to get on the bullish track again. The lowest, the worst is out of the way. However, if we then look at the Bitcoin chart, it's not always the case where that's true. For example, if we take a little bit of a look, if I can scroll. Here, for example, just by looking at it and not actually identifying too much, where exactly of this is bull market, where of this is exactly is bear market? Well, you can kind of think like, okay, here's all-time high. So then this is all bear market until we hit this point, but then where did the bull market actually start? At this point right here, March of 2020? Or was it the actual lowest point, which could have actually already been here in December of 2018? Point being, right now, this right here, these levels in November could be the lowest points or towards the lowest points that we're going to see before we basically hit the new all-time high, which can still be years into the future, but it could literally be the lowest point. Could very well be so. I would not be too surprised. Again, we've actually not broken this this downward structure either. That lasted since November of 2021. You can see we had ourselves one breakout, one confirmation, actually a retest, and then it bounced off of that again, and then it's never bounced off of the, let's see here. Yeah, it's never really closed below, I think only slightly below the second top from the 2017-18 bull run. And basically that coincided with this downtrend that we saw, a significant trend line, and we've never really gotten below that. There was still some room for further downfall. Many people were calling that, and that's also another fun thing. Man, people will always be calling that things could go lower or things can go higher whenever that is the market, basically the situation that the market is in. Because at the end of the day, nobody really knows. Even when people are telling you they know, nobody really actually knows. Oh, guys, wait a minute. XRP is starting to pump. 41 cents. We're going to take a look at that in just a second. The only last thing I wanted to say is, as long, in my opinion, as you're buying below the 200 weekly moving average, I personally think you're having yourself a good deal. And that's all I really care about. It's historically not been that often that the Bitcoin has been trading below the 200 weekly moving average. This is over on Coinbase, not that old of an exchange to to take a look at. Here's Bitfinex, for example. You can see, really, okay, you cannot perfectly see. Let's get our drawings out the way. If you just take a look at this, for example, oh, it's also not old enough. That Bitfinex is really old. You understand the idea that Bitcoin really has not traded below the 200 weekly moving average for so long. To be able to buy at this point, still a pretty big steal. Let us take a look at XRP. What's going on? Yeah, so for XRP, the only negative thing I have to say about it is that honestly, it's really lagged behind the majority of the market right now. It's been lacking a lot. You know, a lot of other coins are outperforming it by significant margins, but I guess right now the tides might be turning. Let's hope. Let's hope that that's the case. This is what we covered yesterday. Indeed, it does look. We've had a breakout, we had a confirmation, had a retest, and now we're bouncing back off. Have broken above our previous high as well here, a little bit earlier on the 14th. Doing pretty good for XRP. Pretty nice to see it for XRP. What is happening with Hbar? I've actually not seen any Hbar news. I'm not exactly sure, but Hbar is usually pretty. Let me actually quickly see. Do you guys know if there's any specific Hbar news? Let me actually check it out. Because there's usually a lot of Hbar news like all around. But if there's anything specific, I'm not too sure. Maybe it's because of, maybe something was said in Davos and they got excited. I don't know. I've also not increased my Hbar buys or anything like that. I just always keep buying. But it's not as if I expected this to happen necessarily. It's not that I predicted an Hbar explosion or anything. That was also coincidental. Hbar is in Davos now, yeah, but is that such a big deal? JDP says XRP also didn't crash as much. That's also partially true. But if you take a look at the XRP versus Bitcoin performance, it's not doing as amazing as you'd want it to do. So from that perspective, hey, it's going upwards a little bit. Not too much, not too shabby, not too bad. Ralph says, is it the right time to buy Bitcoin now? Depends on your perspective of things. Is it a good time now relatively to the last couple of weeks? Absolutely not. It's a garbage time. You're very late to the party, my friend. So if you're asking me, should you buy Bitcoin now? That's kind of strange. On the opposite side, relatively to the majority of time that Bitcoin's been alive for, if you take a look at the 200 weekly moving average, so the average of all that time, relatively, Bitcoin is still priced pretty low, but you're taking a higher risk, obviously, than a couple hours ago, for example. Yeah. So it just depends on your perspective of things. I personally would say it's pretty high, but if you're asking me the question, can Bitcoin go even higher? For sure. So yeah, because right now it's just breaking out. If we get the confirmation, which could happen in a couple of hours, yeah, I think, let's say about 2.5 hours from now or so, we're going to get the 4-hour candles close. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it might actually be enough confirmation for some people. It might actually just persist for Bitcoin to just keep on pumping. So, yeah, is it a good time? Depends on your perspective. Depends. I guess always is a good time to buy crypto. But I guess my strategy aligns a lot with the book Intelligent Investor. Hopefully you guys have read it. If not, personal recommendation of mine. All right, from me to you, it's more about the whole investor idea, not necessarily about crypto. Actually, it doesn't mention crypto at all because it's an old book. But there's one specific thing that I like so much about it, and this is what a lot of people don't understand. The higher prices get from all these assets, the more risky it gets. The lower it is, the less risky it gets, depending on what industry you're in. It's almost always the case, though. And that mostly has to do with the fact that, it's very logical. The lower it goes, the more up potential you have, and the higher it goes, the less up potential you have. It's with anything like that. With Bitcoin, for example, with XRP, with Hbar. Okay, let's do a little questionnaire. Are you guys excited about, let's pick a coin here, Hbar. Are you guys excited about Hbar? Yes or no in the chat real quick. Just say yes, I'm excited, or no, I'm not. Or just yes or no. Okay. Okay, so I'm seeing about, let's say, 75% yes, 25% no. No, I think more like 60-40. Okay. Let's call it 60-40 on the yes department. The idea here being, let's say you are excited. Let's say on this basis of yes, right? For the no people, this does not completely count. Let's say for the people that said yes. The idea here is, well, the lower the price goes, if you're excited about it, then the more you're able to buy and the more potential of the price going up. And, well, the more it's gone down now, the higher the likelihood of actually it reversing, right? The longer it's gone down or the more percentage it's gone down. So if you're excited about it anyway, you prefer for prices to be lower. In the same sense, I am not really happy that Bitcoin is going up. Do you guys understand why? Because I'm excited about it. I know over longer periods of time, this is going to do extremely well. I'd rather have Bitcoin go to $4,000 so I can literally go absolutely crazy in stacking these coins. It's my honest truth. Same thing for Hbar. I'd rather see Hbar fall 75%, but I just know, because I personally just know it's going to be so I think it's going to be so amazing. So I'd rather just get all the opportunity to buy lower, lower, lower. On the opposite side, the higher the price goes for an Hbar, for example, the more potential it has to just crash on down and fall on down. The higher it goes. If Hbar now goes to $7, I'd be more afraid of the price falling than if we were at 4 cents, for example. You know? So from that perspective, it's less risky the lower it is and more risky the higher it goes. In the book, it's in the silver lining. I think it's in the start of the book already. You can kind of see a better example of that. It's just people have a misconception of price being higher is better, is less risky. No. People have this mindset of, okay, if it's going up, it's going to go up forever. If it goes down, it's going to go down forever. But that's usually not how things work. It's easier to trade with the trend than against it, for sure. The money lies in the opposite, however. But it won't happen forever is the thing. You know, people keep thinking it's always going to continue on. It doesn't always continue on. And even now, for example, we could already be in a bull market, but people will not identify. People will not accept that all of a sudden this line go down is going to change from to line go up. People will not believe it's the truth until until it's basically being confirmed by some sort of all-time high or whatever. So that's going to be interesting. Hey, the crypto market is back at $1 trillion market cap. Woo! Woo, we've done it, guys. We've done it. Wealthy Hbar says, I think the markets, the biggest lesson I've learned is DCA-ing. Yeah, for sure. So I'm not exactly sure what you mean by the whole line, but I'd say as well, a very good little motto to live by is DCA, which is dollar cost averaging, which is literally just to make your average price as low as possible by consecutively buying the lower the prices go. Depending on whether or not you're excited about the asset, don't make my mistake. I've learned things for you so you don't have to lose millions of dollars along the journey. Guys, I made one mistake. It cost me so much money. I don't want to talk about it, but I kind of do. So in the 2017-18 bull run, I had a bot. A lot of you guys that were around know Profit Trailer was extremely popular at the time, and because I was more of a newbie, and everything was exciting, you know. Even though I've been in the crypto space since 2013, I was still so excited about a bull run of this magnitude because this was the crazy altcoin run. I've never seen something like that before. So what I did was I had my bot set up to just basically DCA till the bone. And in a bull market, this works extremely well and you make so much money. It is insane. But the moment that the bull market is over, your coins are going to keep DCAing. So I was a big bag holder of some coins like Ncash, for example, because my bot just kept on buying. And at some point, well, yeah, you kind of screw up. Then you're sitting there holding a bag of a coin you know nothing about and don't care about because your parameters told you it's a good time to buy. And that's the thing about what I've changed is I don't really like to buy and trade anymore along the lines of what's going to make me profit following the strategy mostly. It's just I will follow the strategy and look what's going to make me profit only on things that I fundamentally believe in anyway. And I prioritize long over short any time of the day unless we're doing hedging shorts. And what hedging shorts are is basically you open up short positions to hedge in case things go. So let's say you have a portfolio of $1 million, hypothetical. Pick a number. Well, if prices go up, well, your portfolio goes up. So let's say prices go up 10%, your portfolio goes from $1 million to $1.1 million. That's amazing. What, however, if prices went down by 10%? Well, to kind of offset this, we could, for example, open up, let's say, a $10,000 short with, let's say, 10 times leverage, meaning we have a $100,000 short that's making us money as we go down lower and lower and lower. So if we go up 10%, you know, in terms of price, We got ourselves $100,000. If we go down 10%, because we have a $10,000 short with 10x leverage, you understand this $10,000 now with 10x leverage is acting as $100,000. You see, that's making us the money at that point because we're going down. It's not, equally as good, but it's kind of to hedge against. That's kind of the idea for your portfolio, because then you're trading with $100,000 to go downwards. It's not with $1 million, but it's significant. And it might just kind of offset some of the losses that you have, or potentially give you some cash flow to work with at that point to maybe buy into something to kind of DCA further or something like that. It's something that you do when you're at the peak or close to peak levels. Right now, for example, I wouldn't say the hedging short is really an amazing thing because there's less down potential than up potential. Right now, it's kind of like I'm just basically banking on longs. Even though, indeed, I am keeping it in the back of my head as well, and everybody should keep this in the back of their head, that things can indeed fall lower. And the only negative part about what I just said about this whole hedging idea is that a 10x leverage is quite high because you might sometimes get wicks like this, where you just completely get screwed over. And this can happen on any pair, can happen on Bitcoin, can happen on anything. And the same thing for a short then literally would look like this, where you're just happy in your trade, enjoying life, and all of a sudden you get a notification that all your money has been drained because Bitcoin's price went from $60.5 thousand suddenly to, I don't know, $19,000 here in like 5 minutes, And it always feels like that's China doing that and the market makers are copying it from some Chinese exchange or so, but it's hard to say. Dusty, XDC is very low, still good buy, or do you agree? I think XDC is pretty good. I met up with the CTO a little while ago. Nice guy. We talked about XDC for a little bit. I think it's pretty amazing. It's not on my number one, like my tier AA, and that's because it's still smaller, but I guess that gives it a little bit more opportunity. But they're not that good in the marketing department yet, so maybe that has to change a little bit. But I'm not so sure what XDC is doing in marketing. Product, pretty good, XDC. I like it a lot. My worst buy is EOS. Man, I hate EOS. I see those guys at every crypto event I go to, and I never dare to talk to them because they've screwed me over so hard. It's not them, right? But I don't know what EOS is doing. I don't know what's going on with them. They used to be like 6th in the rankings or so. Right now they're down. I don't know to which position, 25, maybe something like that. Yeah, a lot of Bitcoin have gone down in that drain. Why Ripple not pumping enough? Well, so with XRP, I assume here that it's just the curse of XRP. Wait a minute. Wait. Who in the chat box here is holding XRP? Actually, just for fun's sake. Who here is holding XRP? Because you guys must know, but some people might not know this. Some people might not know. So for anybody that's been around for a little while, you guys must know as well that every single time that XRP pumped, significantly, it was after all the rest had already pumped. Do you guys remember that? So for example, with the big bull run, Bitcoin had already hit its peak a long time ago. And all of a sudden, XRP came in hot a couple weeks later. I'm not sure on the exact dates, but I believe Bitcoin's all-time high before was like November 8th or something like that. And then XRP's all-time high, I believe, was like January 4th or 5th. It's kind of funny if you think about it. Neighbors are exiting their house again, screaming. Oh, that's really funny that I'm not thinking about it. That might also be what's kind of going on here. XRP getting a delayed response, but like you guys were saying in the chat, it's also the SEC curse, right? It is the SEC curse. It is. Everybody, if you're watching this still and you didn't press the like button yet, make sure you press that. We have almost 300 people watching, which is pretty crazy. We usually don't have these high numbers anymore. Even without notifications, that's pretty awesome though. Those are pretty good numbers for us. And yeah, I'm also still refreshing on my phone to see if there's anything happening with Hbar on any outlet. The only thing I see, no, I wanted to say it's only like. Let me quickly see here. Let me see. Is there any new announcement? No. Not that I'm seeing, guys. Not anything specifically, at least. So it might have been something that was said in Davos or Davos. I'm not sure how you guys pronounce that. I think it's like Swiss, right? So it should be Davos. Sehr gut. Bitcoin is still in the up and up, by the way, right? For anybody that's not watching the screen right now, we're still at $22.3 thousand, still doing pretty good. We're down a little bit from the peak, but actually still performing quite nicely. Honestly, doing pretty good still. Solaris says, no way that everybody that has a big bag of crypto can be a millionaire. Numbers don't add up. Only the top 1%. I very much disagree with that, as the amount of people that hold crypto out of this entire world is pretty small. And then the amount of people that are actually significantly in the right cryptos is, again, smaller than that. Because many people, for example, if I look at some of the people that I know, some people only have, let's say, $500 in crypto, $100 in crypto or so. And that could still make you a lot of money if you're smart with it. But if you're just holding it on the sidelines, not doing anything with it, the probability of $500 turning into $1 million, $5 million, $10 million is pretty small. By just holding Bitcoin, for example, I don't think that's necessarily going to happen. If you understand my drift, you have to be really kind of clever to turn a little bit of money, or even to turn 10,000 into a million. I think most people can do it, but not by just watching on the sidelines, or you might be talking about years and years and years into the future. However, if we then just are simply looking at it, things change a lot in time. For example, if you think about your grandparents, or if you're older, 65 plus or 70 plus, if you just compare how much a dollar was, 40, 50 years ago versus now, in that same sense, what a millionaire was 40, 50 years ago is significantly different to now. Yeah, from that perspective, man, a lot of things are going to change. Also, I guess mathematically speaking here, it's not an anomaly to get a complete shift in, how do you say it? Paradigm, I think is the English word for it, where all of a sudden there's going to be relatively a lot more millionaires because of a new wave. I'm not so sure what the numbers are on the .com situation, not the bubble itself. I guess the bubble, yeah. How many millionaires that made, for example, in that little period? How much it just increased? I'm not so sure if percentage-wise the amount of millionaires changed a lot. I guess this new tech wave, though, is making it easier than ever before to become a quote-unquote millionaire. So, So yeah, I have to disagree with you, my friend. Yeah, I really have to disagree. Dusty, what do you think about the buyback theory? I promise not to talk about the buyback theory anymore, so we're not going to do that today. Let's skip that. Sean says there's also a lot of millionaires that make up $1 trillion, and the crypto market cap is definitely going to go past $1 trillion again. I guess another point to add to that as well is a lot of the people that are into crypto right now are already extremely wealthy anyway. And if you're looking at the amount of crypto that people have bought, yeah, percentage-wise, it's a lot more actually wealthy individuals that are holding it now than small fries. And it's going to be kind of like the similar, like the traditional wealth is kind of spread around. It says no data. Are we still live, guys? Please don't say my channel's been taken down again. Are we good? Test. Still live. Oh, thank you, Lassa. So I always get afraid. I remember about a year ago or so, we were doing a Cardano live stream, and boom, my channel got taken down. And that was a scary one. You guys don't know how scary that can be when your channel gets taken down. There's almost nothing you can do against it, because YouTube is nice, but from some degree, they're not so awesome with communication in that sense. So that's always a little bit scary. If they decide it has to be taken down, even though it was a mistake, good luck fighting your way back into getting it back. But to answer the previous question, I think if the crypto space is pretty similar then in that sense to how traditional wealth is spread out. There's a lot of really, really crazy rich, billionaires in the crypto space already. And from that perspective, it's going to kind of go on. Those people are going to get extremely wealthier, probably a lot more wealthy than in time than the traditional tech guys now are. Even though I think those will also come to the crypto space soon enough and put a lot of money into it. And relatively, all these small fries will get a little layer better. And then the medium to big fries are going to get significantly better. And so the people that were not invested in crypto at all, they're going to be like a little bit of a more lower class, depending on how much money they had already. But the people that are low in crypto will become slightly a little bit up, and so forth and so on. It's just going to kind of shift upwards a little bit, but it's going to go across the entire board. So Can everybody become millionaires? Theoretically speaking, everybody could. It's not going to happen. Obviously, not everybody's going to become a millionaire. It's just logic. But a lot of people are going to, I think. And I think it's because right now it's become a lot easier than before. And more people are starting to learn about personal finance than ever before. Because I think if you look percentage-wise, the amount of people that are investing now into something rather than before, it's a lot higher, right? It's a lot higher. And statistically speaking, I think the most likely way to become a millionaire, I think, is like through becoming like a dentist, doctor, or whatnot. But if we're not talking about a high-paying profession, but we're talking about, no, I guess you'd have to talk about high-paying profession. No, because I'm not thinking actually that being an entrepreneur has the highest probability of getting you to a millionaire. I think it has the highest probability of getting you to a 50, $100 million plus, but not because, yeah. I'm thinking there's more entrepreneurs that fail, obviously, than succeed. And so statistically, it might actually be so that being a dentist has a higher probability of making you a millionaire than being an entrepreneur. I guess that would make sense, right? Ronald says, what would have to be your input to get to 100 or 200K? Well, that depends, my friend. So whenever people ask me very often as well, I'll make a video about this tomorrow. How much, because this is just for fun, right? How much XRP does it take to become a millionaire? People ask me this question so often. The problem with the question is a couple things. One, time frame. Second of all, what do you think? I don't know what the price is going to go to. And again, then it depends as well on your time frame. Because I can't tell you when the XP price is going to hit what point. That's another thing. And then, this is so, we don't know the time frame. We don't know when you're talking about it. And some people say, okay, but then in 5 years, how much do you need? Well, what price do you think it's going to get to? Well, what price do you think it's going to get to? Well, but then in 5 years, how can I know what it's going to get to in 5 years? You want to be safe? Just bet on a 2 or 3x that people are not satisfied. Okay, so what do you want to hear then? You want to hear a 50x? Yeah. Well, okay, I don't necessarily know if that's going to happen. Might be. Like, guaranteed, nobody can do that. Close to reality as to what I expect. Might be, for example, an 8x, meaning if you want to get $1 million, you might need $125,000 for 5 years, for example. Maybe so. However, that in 5 years, the XP price is going to go to $45, $49. Who knows, right? Well, at that point, you might have only needed 20,000 XRP. Maybe in 7 years, however, the XP price goes to $200. Pick a number. Then you only needed 5,000 XRP and so forth and so on. I mean, all these things are so possible, but it's so hard to say. And so hard to predict or anything. Same thing for Bitcoin. We often have this. People say, well, but you can never become a Bitcoin millionaire, or you can never really become a millionaire with Bitcoin. Oh, you can. For example, if you don't have that much money, as I said earlier, these longing type of situations and learning the trade, learning how to trade, I think is a lot more beneficial than actually just holding your $100 in Bitcoin. But it's going to be a lot of work. Now, that's about it. I honestly believe to the bottom of my heart, anybody that's watching this now, that has the time to watch this right now, can make so much freaking money in the crypto space if they're smart about it. I think so. I'm not your best example. I don't prioritize money as much, but that might also be because I'm pretty comfortable with where I am right now, which is not the best way to live. I know. Never get too comfortable. But many people are still out there not being satisfied with the amount of money that they have. Then I'm thinking, man, there's so much stuff you can do. For example, right now, for anybody watching, you know how many jobs in my little circle here, you know how many jobs are given out daily to people that know how to do stuff? For example, are you good at trading? Right now, yes, no, whatever. Well, there's probably a job out there to find just for you that's going to earn a lot or relatively a lot. For example, remember my $10,000 giveaway? One of the guys, Tanvir, hopefully you're watching right now. Hey, my buddy. Good guy, nice guy. He told me he was so happy that he won, I think $500 that he won. He was so happy with that because his monthly wage was $150. I'm thinking, man, okay. If his monthly wage is $150, okay, then what if I pay him $600 a month for a certain task, for example? For me, that's not a lot because another employee might have been $2,500, but for him, it's 4 times his monthly salary. So if he's good at something and he can be really useful, boom, okay, it's 4x for him and really cheap for us, I guess, in that sense, right? Oh, that's a good situation right there. All you need to do is know something, know how to do something. Okay, let's say we're talking about a copywriter. One of my copywriters, I pay over $10,000 every single month. Why? Because he's freaking good. He's good at writing stuff. He's really good. Is a lot? Depends. How much do you want to pay your top salesman? Well, depending on how much money he makes, or how good he does. Is he really that special? To my heart, yes, of course. Mwah. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful individual. But is it really a special skill? No, anybody could do it. I think anybody, I think, could. You have to kind of keep up and really go for it. And the same thing for the YouTube channel. I've been building this YouTube channel for, I don't know, 13 years or so. But if I had to redo it, I think I could do it a lot quicker, especially now that the short form content is so popping off and doing so crazy. I think there's so much more you can do if you really sit down and do your stuff. And so can you then become rich off of crypto? Well, I mean, yeah, if you play your cards right. For example, in that NFT wave, there's a lot of people who had no knowledge about crypto go crazy into NFTs. And there's a 17-year-old kid, now an 18-year-old friend of mine, but at that point, a 17-year-old kid, and he was trading profile pictures, so NFTs, $300,000, $200,000. I'm like, how? What? 17 years old trading with so much money, you know? And he said, it's all happening that year. One of my best friends in Dubai here, he actually has, I don't know how many millions of dollars right now. He all made that within, now as of this point, 2 years or so. Things can change so much if you put a lot of work into it. In Dubai, I guess another popular thing is real estate. Many people get really, really crazy off of the commissions. And then putting that into crypto, for example, can then kind of multiply. But usually you kind of need a starting budget, or need to be really smart with either knowing how to trade or how to enter properly, or what else could we, I guess, do in that sense? No, I think most of the time the people that get extremely wealthy do have a little bit of a starting budget. I think like around $10,000 or so is like a good little barrier to really almost be certain, in my own opinion, that you'll actually become a millionaire in not too long. Nana says, guys, if you're not happy poor, you're not going to be happy rich either. Nah, just kidding. I mean, about that one is this is also always a difficult subject, right? What is poor exactly? What define that? Because it's definitely dependable by region, you know? Because poor, for example, in Netherlands is different than poor in India or poor in Nigeria in that sense. So it's definitely hard to kind of gauge that. But let's just say like this. I've lived a very modest life and a very extravagant life as of this point, I'd say. It's two polar opposites. And I'd say that even now, people are very unhappy. People have hundreds of millions of dollars but are extremely unhappy. And so it's not going to make you happy necessarily. But it changes the problems. And I'd say that I'd rather have those rich people problems than poor people problems most of the time. Except for maybe finding your partner. I'd rather be too rich in that sense, right? Hypothetically speaking, to find a partner than too poor to find a partner. I'd still be on, with almost any decision, I'd rather be on the extremely rich and unhappy than the poor and unhappy. You guys maybe can prove me wrong here in this sense, where it's the opposite. But yes, I also speak Dutch. Yes, I can also speak Dutch. Silence says, a nice home on a small island in the Caribbean is enough to live out perfect. I mean, for everybody, these things are different, right? Exactly with how much they'd like to have and what they'd like to do. It's all different. But it was all about a question of when exactly are you going to get to a million, or how easy is it to get. My personal route that I recommend for most people, even though I'm not a financial advisor, understand this, is you can never plan happiness. You never know what's going to make you happy. I personally prefer that you have all the financial freedom, however, to choose in that regard, because you have a higher probability of actually being able to make choices that might make you happy. Not always the case, but a higher probability of being able to do the choices that you want to make. I guess to get there, I'd say build a basis of some money to actually be able to invest in some things. My personal preference is, I'd say around $10,000 is a very, very good mark. For some people, this is unattainable. And for those, I'd say, man, unlucky you. You're going to have a harder time getting up there. It's not impossible for sure. It's going to be a little bit harder. Hey, that's life. That is life. Some people have the easy road. Some people have the hard road. Yeah, I kan ook Nederlands, yeah. Some people don't know. I speak Dutch fully. I can speak Dutch better than I can speak English, for sure. The hardest thing about being rich is staying rich, potentially. Potentially. I'm not sure if that's true. Because I think that depends on what you define as being rich. But yeah. I wouldn't want to live in the Caribbean so hurricanes can wipe everything. Yeah. Everybody got different priorities, I guess, huh? Yeah, because again, that's also a funny one. Some people would really just rather like to get away from the little Caribbean island with nothing but like trees and just, I don't know, empty. No, not emptiness. I guess like nature around them. They would like to go to a city. Another person would like to escape the city, go to live in some deserted island or whatever. Everybody's different in that sense. Bitcoin, by the way, is still holding up quite nicely, up 6% throughout the day. Ethereum up 5.5, XRP up 4.6. Just got to get a summary going a little bit. Let's quickly see the crypto market cap to see if anything has changed in that sense as well. Just quickly for fun. Aptos is still performing significantly, 25.4% up today. Aptos is a scary one to hold now though because FTX has so much. And Hbar is up 29% but going down 3% throughout the hour. It's not doing too well. It was up, I think, 39% or so earlier today. Yeah, that is wild. People, it's hard to fathom here how crazy this pump for Hbar actually is. It is very significant. Yeah, this does a little bit better, more justice to it. Hey, let's ask it again. Where you guys are watching from right now? While we ask, I'm going to quickly, 1 sec. I quickly grab the tools. For in case something does happen, we have the iPad and another phone in hand. To make sure, it is already almost 2 a.m., but you never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to hit you in just a little bit. Look at that, guys. I'm so excited that people all over the world are showing up to our chat box, huh? That's always so amazing. It's always so humbling as well. You guys are so amazing. And also, if you had to ask one question, what would it be? Just ask a question and see. Maybe somebody has a really interesting question that I haven't thought of. Pancake says, I'm rich in bills. Does that count? I mean, it counts for something. That's a good one. I'm rich in bills. Hey. Yeah, that's very nice. What are the taxes that you pay in Dubai? It's pretty, tax structure in Dubai is nice. It's very nice. Should I hold Hbar till 13 cents, Lucy asks. What can I say about it? Okay. If you think that's a good idea. Does the SEC matter? Yes, for sure. The SEC matters a lot. Unfortunately, they do. Unfortunately, they matter too much even. And that's the whole problem. They matter too much. They shouldn't, but they do. That's the problem. Dusty, have you ever seen a baby pigeon? I'm not sure they exist. A baby pigeon? I'm not sure if I've ever seen a baby pigeon, to be honest with you. Wait a minute. It couldn't be, right? I've never seen a baby pigeon, I think. Oh, maybe I've just never remembered because it's not something hey, baby pigeon, let me remember this. But I've also never seen, I think, a baby squirrel, for example. Yeah, but I never really thought about, hey, is that a baby? Is that a grown-up? I don't know. Never thought about it, so I don't know. I don't know. Let's see here. Hey, Fritz coming in with the 22 Norse krona, I think, with a 1-up. Appreciate that, buddy. Thank you. Very nice. Very nice. Michael says, with my 5 chobies and 5,000 XP and 100 soul make me rich. Your 100th soul. That would have been really, really nice in the big bull run last time, huh? 100 Solana. That would have been awesome. Right now, that's meh. 5 Chobies. I got a good chunk of Chobies now as well. I'm hoping for that. Those guys, the CEO is an interesting dude. But it's actually because I invested in 2017 into Crypterium. And they kind of screwed me over. But then I kind of made up again. And then I was like, you know what? I trust the process. And if anybody here, this is a free little tip that I give you. All right? This is from Dusty BC to you. If you want to become a millionaire, as I said earlier, the easiest way by far is to buy things before they launch. I personally think, this is not financial advice, if you keep doing this, you buy cryptos and you buy assets before they launch. So with companies that would be, for example, like buying Ripple now that it's private, buy these things before they are officially on the market. It's extremely high probability you're going to get really, really rich. In my own experience and thoughts, it's not as easy because for example, for buying Ripple stock, you need to be a investor that's properly accredited, which means you need either, I think, $200,000 income a year, or have $1 million in net assets, or I think $300,000 if you're with a wife, basically. Not sure what the U.S. rules on that are, but yeah, it can sometimes be harder for things. But how we do it with crypto most of the time is what I've noticed last bull run, we basically had it with a lot of launch pads, where right then we were fortunately pretty early to buy a lot of launchpad tokens. And a lot of launch pads launched more launch pads. So we got the tokens for very cheap. And the moment that a coin launches on a launch pad and you have the tokens, you get an allocation. You're able to buy into that project, which then can go up and up and up. One of the projects I'm going to announce tomorrow, guys, the one that I'm investing in again. How though? Sometimes it's a little bit of a figure out game how to actually buy it early. Sometimes you just need to know the right people. Sometimes going to conferences for that reason can be very, very nice. Yeah. So pre-IPO, a seed round, a private round, a strategic round, all is fine. And like JDP says, accredited investor rules are obviously meant to keep the poor poor. I'm not sure that's exactly the case. It's more a case of they don't want people that are already not doing that well to have more of a quote unquote risk, albeit that the risk is misplaced. I'm not sure if it's to keep the poor poor. It's just keep the poor from doing stupid things, which could have been really wise things. So it's basically keeping the poor from opportunities, which I don't think is very smart, make process. However, they've probably done a good analysis and comes to the conclusion that many people that invest in these pre-IPOs, they don't have the patience to wait. For example, let's say you're a really big what's the name now? SPR? Well, whatever. Special investment vehicle. Special SPIV. I understand what I mean. Like SPR, special. Doesn't matter. Let's say you're a big investor in the things that have not launched yet. Well, sometimes you put 100,000 here, 10,000 there, 50,000 there. It's stuck for 10 years, Some people are like, you know what? Let me put my money, and never launches. Well, you might never make money, if you know what I mean. You might never make money in this process. Your net value goes up, but there's no real income potentially. And a lot of people might not be able to handle that or understand that, the concept of that. So maybe they just want to prevent people from kind of going berserk in that sense or spending the last dollar on it. And if you have a net worth of $1 million, it's like, well, you probably should know how to spend a couple dimes. And if you don't, well, that's on you. That's why you might need to have $200,000 in income so you can kind of afford it. I'm not sure if I agree, but that's kind of maybe how they thought about it. Dusty's pet detective now. I wouldn't consider a pigeon a pet, to be honest, nor a squirrel. Wouldn't call those pets, my buddy. What's your end goal for XRP? I don't have one. I'm just going with the flow. Many people have actually laughed in my face so hard for XRP being so low and being so stable. So I kind of want to... I'm not really into proving people wrong, right? But I kind of have a little underbelly feeling of these people will see soon enough. I kind of have that. Do some of your friends have Bitfavo? Yeah, a lot of my people do. And do you think they're safe? I think the best decision on Bitfavo is not to stake coins right now, because I believe with the insurance system in the Netherlands, I think if you're staking your coins, you might not be in the best of positions. But if you just have it on the exchange, I think they have some good insurances in place, to be honest. Do you recommend any books for trading crypto? Oh wait, I still have the big screen on. Sorry, guys. Wait, we can actually open up more. Why am I not doing this? Guys, nobody told me. Open up a couple screens. Show a couple things. Let's open 4. Any books on trading crypto? Not necessarily, no. Because I noticed the majority of trading tips, I think, is just from maybe watching a couple of tutorials. I think it might be just be easiest. And then just go to Google, download like technical analysis PDF, and just download the whole first bunch and see kind of which one you like. Because the book has to resonate with you, you know? Just download candlestick book, chart pattern book, just .pdf or whatever, and you'll find some stuff. It'll be good. It's honestly, a lot of them are pretty much the same anyway. It's just which one you prefer. They have a lot of the same info. Or type in best trading books out there. And I personally would be against buying any. Just go and look on the free ones because there's going to be a lot of, good ones already there for free. Same thing for courses. Most courses you could just find on Reddit, I think. So if you really need a course, just go look it up first. My thoughts. I've been thinking about selling a course as well. I've never sold a course in my life, so I don't know how to do it. But I've been thinking about it. People come up to me in the comment section saying, hey, what's the best way to learn about crypto? And I've made videos about every single part about it. I made a video about how to do MetaMask. I made a video about how to, start with crypto. Where to buy crypto. Where to this, that. Yet people still ask me, Dusty, how do you get into crypto? Man, I've told you 10,000 times here. I've made all the videos. But it's kind of hard. So I made a new channel, Crypto Basic, before. And I was making videos basically on all the basic crypto things. But even then, people keep asking me how to get started with crypto. So I'm thinking about doing that, by the way. It's kind of like if you really want to learn about it, there you go. Because I think a lot of people, they just don't want to do it unless they pay for it, basically. It's just my philosophy, right? I think so. I think people sometimes value it more when they pay for it rather than getting it for free. Or do you guys disagree? But yeah, it's not so nice if you're doing YouTube and you sell courses. Because people always think, oh, it's just a course seller, Oh, yeah, that's kind of deterring me from it. But all right, so by the way, that's what Michael says. Do a course. The only thing that I don't like about making the course about pre-sales is that there's only that much money for everybody to go around. So the more people, even though it's a very well-known thing, right? I'm not sure that many people are explaining this to the masses because the same thing for pre-IPO. You'd rather not that everybody know about it, kind of. And I think many people are gatekeeping it for that reason. Is it better to... There's so many secrets, I think, that I've learned throughout the last, let's call it 5 years here, from mostly going to crypto conferences and speaking with a lot of people that have done way, way better, that I'm like, well, but this is so simple. Why does nobody know this? Or why is it not being taught or anything? I think it's just gatekeeping. It's like, well, nobody's asking for it, If you really have the good questions because you've researched well, you can get pretty damn far pretty quickly. A lot of that is based on connections, but even the connections, how to get them, it's pretty simple once you start to understand. For example, go to a crypto conference. If you say the right words, for example, you can attract the right clientele to basically get a lot of quote unquote deal flow out of it if you're smart about it. And that can result in a lot of investments, for example, without actually knowing much. But that's the story for a different day. I don't know. I don't think people are interested in that story too much. It's just there's so much you can do if you just know some parts about this. But I think it's for a reason that people are gatekeeping. I'm not sure exactly why, but I think it's because, let's say there's a new sale of a coin. There's only so much money to go around. And so the more people that know this quote unquote trick, the less there's for them. For example, now the new project I'm going to talk to you guys about tomorrow. Well, there's only X amount of dollars that can be given to people or be allocated to people. So let's say there's 10 people showing up, way more money for everybody, right? If there's 1,000 people showing up, damn, it might have more potential to go quote unquote viral. But that means also less money. So it's like a difficult way off. Especially if people know the tricks to kind of shabazzle themselves their way into a sale. And then they don't really know how to do much, but they just know how to talk well. And that's kind of a sticky one. But yeah. Who remembers when Dusty never showed his face? It's been crazy, man. It's been like a year almost since I showed my face, huh? And this is so much more effort to always make sure a camera setup is in place. Now I've perfected it, I think. But damn, you guys know how much extra effort this is to show a face all the time? You know how much time I spend on my makeup every day? I'm actually blonde, by the way. This is all fake. You know this? I can pull it right off. I'm actually fat as well. I'm actually also not like tall. I'm actually like 5'3". It's all makeup, all prosthetics. Facial expressions are not part of the presentation. I guess so. How tall are you? If you go to my Instagram, I think you get a good gauge. I think if you go, no, let's see, maybe it's already gone. I don't have Instagram on this phone yet. This one is empty. Never mind. Back to scratch zero. I don't think the iPad has Instagram either. I'm pretty tall. Let's just put it like that. You know? Pretty tall. I think you'd be surprised. I know you're a little Chinese guy. Exactly. That's actually me. You know, many people don't know this, but I'm actually indeed 1 meter 64 and Asian. Yes. This is all disguise. Not near enough for divorce and to get a prenup. Oh, okay. XLM is also slow today. It should be much higher. Man, I've stopped all my XLM purchases a little while ago. You know? Honestly, I'm not seeing the big updates from XLM for a little while. I think a lot of the stablecoin stuff was pretty interesting a while ago, but I've not seen much excitement. So I have my XLM. I did not sell any dollar. $0. I don't sell crypto, guys. I never sell crypto. Never do. Don't ask me if I sell crypto. 2017, 18, I might have sold some, but last 4 years or so, never sell crypto. If I do, must be a very special reason. But I'm also sometimes just kind of stopping the buys, like for example with XLM, because they're being a little bit slow with their updates and things. I know it's bear market times, right? So I understand, but that's also why I'm kind of slowing it down slightly. The momentum is kind of, you'd think it's kind of slacking off, right? Because Hbar is kind of falling back down. But now, the last couple of minutes, guys, Bitcoin is actually almost getting above that. It's been going sideways, but it's almost getting above that $22.4 thousand mark. Right now, it might actually happen now that we are speaking or reattempting. We might just actually do it right here. Huh. What's wrong with 164? Hey, nothing wrong with my short kings, guys. I mean, come on. I'm not trying to do you like that. And also, please don't think I'm against XLM. I'm saying they're a little bit slower with the updates than before. So I'm also decreasing the amount of money that I put into XLM because you have to prioritize your cryptos, right? For example, I'm a lot more excited about QNT and IOTA now than I was a year ago. So I'm prioritizing QNT and IOTA more than other coins that I was excited about a year ago. If you understand my dears. Let's see. My favorite pigeons are tumbers. Nice, my friend. Good for you. Favorite pigeons. Nice. What's the minimum of XRP should you hold? Man, those questions are always difficult, Jeff. I appreciate you for stopping by and asking your question and commenting. How much XRP should you hold? 1. I'd say it's pretty good to just hold 1. Maybe if you're in the US, 0, because the US SEC might go after your ass eventually. But the minimum amount, I think anybody should just know how to buy 1 and maybe have 1 just because it doesn't really hurt that much to have 1. And because then you're involved with the system and whatnot. But that's kind of all I can say. I think the minimum should be at least 1. Right? For anybody? Again, people in the US, maybe reconsider because SEC might come after you. Not financial advice. That's also so difficult, right? Okay, guys, if you had to pick one coin that you're most excited about, which one would it be? For me, it's usually always XRP. But right now in this period, Bitcoin is doing a lot of... Oh, guys, we might do it right here. Bitcoin is pushing. Pushing. XRP not doing much, even though the close here, depending on what we get to on the 15-minute chart, might actually be the highest thus far. We have 2 more minutes to see. Man, does anybody still actually have money stuck in FTX? How's that going for you guys? I've never used FTX in my life. Pretty fortunate of me. But I was sometimes tempted because they had a nice FTX US system, and I was like, hey, maybe. But I've never used it before. Okay, I'm seeing Hbar, XRP. Hbar, my favorite are from the American cartoons and pigeons. XP, Hbar, have a soft spot for TRX. I have not touched Tron in like years. Is Tron still alive? VChain BV says VChain is nice. Filecoin is a sleeper. Filecoin is also good. I've also not bought a lot of Filecoin in like months and months and months. But Filecoin used to be pretty juicy. Again, guys, I'm just going to quickly say, again, a couple little disclaimers. All right, we have to do this every now and then. So, first of all, if you guys don't have a VPN yet, a link will be down below. Get yourself a VPN and shut up. If you don't want to be safe about it, do your thing. But don't say I did not warn you. I personally recommend everybody to at least look into getting a VPN because it can be like $2 a month, $3 a month. I don't know the exact price in your region, but check it out. NordVPN is the one I use, but I don't care which one you use. Pick one. Pick one. Who cares? But just get yourself a VPN. Personal recommendation. Internet safety is way more important than people realize. That's thing number one. Thing number two is, depending on the situation that you're in, look into a ledger. Depending on how much money you have, depending on your personal home situation. If you're in a shared room with 6 dudes, right? You're living in a room here, and you're not really sure your personal belongings are going to keep to you, don't buy one, or at least don't keep the majority of your money in there. It's kind of sketch. If you're moving a lot, you're traveling all the time, dependable. It depends, right? It depends like what type of travel you're on and whatnot, but then it's something to think about. If you're at home, you have a steady home, you rent or own the home or whatever, or you have a room in a home, you have a room in a house, that is like steady, it's fine. Or if you have a safety deposit box / you have a safety place, like a vault or whatever that you can keep it in, also fine. This all, however, does not count if you have less than, I'd say, $500. If you have less than $500 in crypto, I personally wouldn't even try. I wouldn't even think about getting a ledger because it's going to cost you at least, I think, $50 or so. And so you're giving away 1/10 of your money. It is only the case if I am personally thinking that you don't have a PC, for example, to store it on like an Exodus, for example. You don't know how to use MetaMask and all that type of stuff. Then maybe it could get better. But I've rethought. First, I said $500 plus. Now I'm saying, like, even at $500, just kind of think about whether or not it's worth it. If you have $1,000 plus, I surely am like, get one. But Ledger's the one I use, but Trezor is also fine. I think people also use like Keep Key or whatever. But why bother? Go for the ones that most people use. I think Ledger or maybe Trezor. Personally use Ledger. It's always been fine for me. Just, there's a link down below for that. And the other two things are the exchange that I personally trade on, which is Bybit right there. It's also because there's mostly bonuses on there, but there's also BitGet, which I think is available in more countries. But yeah, those are the ones that I personally go for. Yeah, c'est la vie. That's it. And there's some other links down below, but nothing too important, I think. Yeah, you can join the Telegram or Discord if you want. Links are for those are down there. Yeah. Just quickly wanted to say that again. Yeah, Bitcoin on the 50-minute just made our highest close yet. Right now, Bitcoin trading at $22.4 thousand. Pretty significant if we look back at a little while ago, right? Oh, you guys can't see properly. Give me a second. There we go. Pretty significant. $22.4 thousand, and we're still pumping, guys. We might just again breach. We might just breach. And fun fact, it's not doing that for almost any other crypto except for Bitcoin. You see, XRP is not going towards those same highs. Ethereum is not going towards those same highs just quite yet. It's only, as of this point, Bitcoin. Huh. Interesting how that always goes. Dusty, what's the reason Hbar is pumping so much? We don't know. None of us know. We've been looking for it for a little while, but nobody seems to be able to find out why Hbar is pumping. Dusty, what do you think about staking? Should I stake my Hbar? I'd say regarding staking, it kind of depends. I'm just going to kind of address it generally. Staking, okay, Bitcoin is pumping through, guys. Bitcoin is pumping, just hitting the high again, the local high at 22,444. exactly at the same high as before just now at 22448, 22441. Got rejected at the exact same spot. Let's see. 53. Okay, it's officially crossed the previous high. Bitcoin made a new local high. 22453, I think it was. I'll get back to your staking question in just a second. Just quickly taking a look at what Bitcoin's going to do here. $22.5 thousand, guys. Woo! Little clap for everybody. This means altcoins are going to maybe pump a little bit again here. Yeah, look at Ethereum, guys. Look at Ethereum go. Hbar is also on the rise slightly, ever so slightly yet again. If only Bitcoin just goes above 22.5 thousand bucks, guys, it could be pretty significant just right then and there. Why do you advise to use a VPN, Dusty? Internet safety, guys. Honestly, internet safety. So one of my, he's not in the chat right now, but one of the guys that I speak with a lot in our community, he kind of does a research every now and then. And he, for example, told me, well, but this and this and this and that and this and that, they always track your IP and they check. I just don't think it's worth it to be exposed to that degree when you don't have to be. And especially for the cost, again, the way I think about it, it's like $3 a month or so. It's kind of neglectable for safety purposes. If it's just useless money, $3 a month is a lot. But if it's for safety purposes, I think it's worth it. Which is why I always have a link down below. Again, if there's a link down below, a referral link down below, it's what I personally use. I don't just put things down there lightly. And in this case here, I think they're a necessary piece. But for everybody's needs is different as well. I just always use a VPN. I feel naked without one. It feels like I'm being too overexposed on the internet. But that might also be a little bit of paranoia. Because it's not needed for everything. If you're just browsing YouTube daily and you're not doing anything else, who cares about a VPN? But if you're a crypto type of person, for sure, it's something to look into. Because there's not really that much negative to it that I can think of. Bitcoin at $22.5 thousand, guys. It's breached. It's breached. We're pumping. We're zooting. $30, $40, $50, $60, $70, $80. There we go. 80, 85, 93. 600, $22.6 thousand, guys. Altcoins are pumping. Get prepared. Get juiced up. 22,650, 22,680, 2,700, 22.7 thousand. We're zooting, guys. We're pumping. We're going crazy. We're zooting, guys. We're pumping. $22.7 thousand. XRP still lagging behind. Ethereum is following along though on the bottom right, and slight little pullback. Ooh. Pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up. Let's go. Pump it up. What a crazy day though, guys. This is really, really interesting. And let's see here. Alex Bros says, basically there's a lot less volume needed to perform the same action on the XRP network relative to the Swift network. Okay. Have you ever looked into Casper? Yeah, a lot of you guys are always excited about Casper. I don't really hold that much Casper. I have some, but it's not something I also buy every single day. I'm honestly not, indeed, like you say, I've never done a deep dive enough into Casper to really appreciate it, I guess. I maybe should. Maybe I should take some more time to look into it again. I might do that again soon. We're pumping up though, guys. We're pumping. We're pumping. We're going absolutely crazy. Are you ready to rumble? Hbar. Let's take a look at it. Okay. Yeah, interesting situation we had today. Hey, peep, should I buy now or wait it out? Man, that is difficult. Because, we've not gotten ourselves a confirming candle just quite yet. It's going to happen in about, let's say an hour and 40. but relatively we're still pretty cheap. But relative to the last couple of hours and days, it's pretty damn expensive. So it kind of depends on your own thoughts. Would you recommend to have multiple ledgers? It depends on how much money you have, my friend. I'd say yes for people that either travel or have a lot of money. In that sense, yes. It's just for extra safety. Because at the end of the day, right, they need double the amount of time to take it away from you. And in my head, it's always thinking like, well, you're not going to break them, so that's not really a risk. Even if you do break it, you get it back with the code, so that's not something to worry about. Or if you lose one, they're not going to be able to do much with that. So that's not it's just a safety of what if. I'd rather have two than one. Hello, Dusty. The XPKs finish before March, June, or 3025? We'll see. Let's hope by the end of March, but let's see. If you could finish talking about staking, I'd appreciate it. I'm planning on holding for this year. Oh, yeah. To get back to it, I'm sorry, my friend. Regarding staking, it depends. Are you talking about native staking? So you interacting, for example, with Ethereum, putting 32 Ethereum to the side, hosting everything yourself. Is it worth it? I almost always say, yeah, pretty much. Keep it in the back of your head, you don't want to sell it soon. If you're talking about staking through an intermediary, like an exchange, you have the exchange risk. Because you have the risk that the exchange does something to either mess up or just goes away and you've lost your money. From that perspective, I'm not really a fan of it. On the opposite side, they take a moderate fee. Usually it's like 1% or so. It's pretty cheap for the amount of work that goes into it and the amount of cost that you actually would have by staking yourself. Staking Ethereum, for example, even though it takes 32, it's not that cheap. So, and it's a lot of knowledge that you need to be able to do that. You're saying on Uphold. Well, it also depends. Is it lending out or is it native staking that they are doing, for example? There's a difference between a lot of these earn protocols, like some of them, they're just generating yield in some way and they're giving you a part of that on your crypto, and they don't care which crypto you have because they'll transfer it over to some other crypto and give you a yield. That's different from actually staking a crypto. Staking a crypto, I think most of the time is good. Unless, and you have to look at the terms then that you're using the exchange on. I don't know Uphold specifically. For example, with Bitfavo, the terms are different if you're utilizing their earn protocol rather than their lend product / stake product than the exchange itself. So you are more prone to risk by staking it out rather than keeping it on. And it also depends on the period of time that you have to lock it up for. Most of the time, I'm a fan of staking. In times of tremor, in times of like scared periods, like right now, I'm not a fan of staking because you're more likely to, if a lawsuit comes for the exchange that you have your money on and you had it in a staking product, you're, I think, more likely that the judge says that money belongs to the exchange than if you just kept it in the exchange, because then you're more of a customer that had their assets parked there. So from that perspective, staking is not that smart, my opinion. On the opposite side, in a good period, I'm a really big fan of staking. Just lend it out, makes money, Why not? Why not? Just click the button on automatic. No worries. Again, depending on how long the period is, I can lock it up for a year. I don't give a crap. Lock it up forever if you want to. I don't care. No, so again, generally speaking, I'm a fan of staking, yes. I'm not that big a fan of self-custody staking, so that you have to go and get your own farm. I do my staking through an intermediary. There's one guy, you send him, again, if you send at least 32 Ethereum, for example, he'll stake it for you. Very well known, very big company, by the way. It's not just small fries. And they take a fee for that, obviously. Some of them take a really huge fee, so I don't like it. But then you're, of course, not, you don't have that counterparty risk of the exchange messing up. What are your thoughts on Polygon Matic? I think it's one of the best cryptos out there. Easily top 5, for sure. Stake everything. Obviously, the ones that are where it's applicable. For example, Cardano, you can stake, sure. Cardano, with staking, for example, you know how it works, They take a part of the transaction fees and they push it back to the stakers. Good, easy, simple. With a couple of other cryptos, you might ask yourself, how exactly are they generating yield? For example, let's say there's hypothetically, for example, the Australian stablecoin that places like, Nexo are providing. How do they generate yield on that? They don't. They are able to transfer their Australian stablecoin to USDT or whatever currency that they do get some sort of yield on in their own methods, not native yield because there is none. There's no real inflation in that sense. They get yield through some sort of lending out or investments that they do, and they then kind of shift it over. There's another FX risk you have in that sense. And the same thing can sometimes apply to some of the cryptos that we're talking about here. That's why some of them I don't necessarily like to stake, because there's double risk. You, one, have risk of the exchange messing you up. You, two, have FX risk. And three, have the investment itself not going proper risk. So it's like risk on risk on risk. What about staking on Ledger? Never done it before, but might be good. I'm not sure if there's fees or anything like that. I've never done it on Ledger. But I did see the button recently, so I'm going to check it out. I'll get back to you on that. I don't know. Dennis says, hi Dusty, I'm praying to be the first person to buy a Bugatti Chiron with XRP in the future, like Call to the Moon. He has a Bugatti Veyron. But nice. Nice thinking. I like what you're saying. Not the exact same car, but I like your passion. I hope you're going to become that millionaire too, my buddy. I hope you're going to get there. I have my ETH staked on Ledger through Lido. Yeah, I think Lido has really high fees on everything. I don't like Lido too, I believe. Or maybe it's a different one. I don't remember on that, so don't quote me on that. I don't know. Your boy Semi says, suggest Solana. Will it touch $28? I'm not a big Solana guy right now. I hold Solana still, but it's not as if I've touched Solana in a good while. I think I bought like maybe a month or two ago or so for the last time. Say hello from Thailand. Oh. I'd be happy when I can buy a case of beer, pay the rent, or buy groceries. Yeah, let's hope. Let's hope things get better for you guys if you're in that situation. Again, my personal recommendation is work hard for it, my guys. Man, a lot of stuff is possible if you really put some passion into it. And again, if you are enjoying these daily crypto videos, informative pieces, and crypto news, make sure you subscribe to the channel. You know, a little insider tip. If you're not subscribed yet, maybe right now is the best time to press that button and, join in on the channel. Why not? Why not? It's the best thing I can respond. Do you have any price prediction for Cho in the coin next bull run? No, I don't. I just hold it and we'll see. As I said, Michael, please, always, whenever I say this coin, understand that I'm not just buying one coin, right? So please understand that if I talk about a coin that I think is going to maybe blow up or anything like that, I'm not just buying that one thing thinking it's going to go. As I said, in every video that I talk about an alternative coin, it is always a numbers game. So I buy 100 coins, not knowing which one is going to pop off. But one of them will, and that's going to be 100x, maybe 500x, maybe 700x. And that's, again, how people get extremely wealthy. It could be 1,000x, for example. Some coins that really went insane, where people have made so much money. Illuvium, for example, was really crazy. We had some of the Meta VPAT, some of those Launchpad tokens went really crazy, 400, 500x. So do I have an expectation? I don't really know. I don't really care. I just buy it, and the moment that they... but Cho itself, I think, is already live, by the way, so it's not even a new one, right? And I do have some because I bought the Crypterium ICO in 2017. But so no, especially for that one, I don't have any price prediction. But it's a launchpad now, so there's more potential in that to just hold on to it. It's more valuable than the idea before of being a crypto bank. Do you think Binance will be sued next? If so, possible collapse? I don't think they could collapse. I think they could surely be sued here and there for things, but I don't think that would take them down, though. So I'm not too afraid of Binance getting in too much trouble. Illuvium still worth it, Dusty? I like Illuvium. Those guys are nice. I spoke to a lot of the Illuvium people recently in Malta, I think it was. Thoughts on semen retention or what? I think we're getting away a little bit off the topic of crypto right there, my buddy. Interesting one, though. Very interesting. I made over 400x with SHIB. Was very patient. Yeah, for sure. I made a good return with SHIB as well. But that was one that I did not expect. It's not as if I was expecting Shiba Inu to do well. No, it was just I think one of you guys in the chat box and in the comment section were saying Shiba. And the same thing happened for SafeMoon. I made a lot of money on SafeMoon. Is it because I was such a genius? Honestly, no. It was just some people said, hey, buy it. And I'm like, you know what? Click. And then you get a crazy return sometimes. Most of the times you fail because a lot of you guys are freaking stupid when you give me the recommendations, for sure. People give me the worst coins ever. But very often I just buy and see what happens. Especially if they're new and upcoming and degenerate. Because, well, people like to buy degenerate stuff, you know. So if you're in a bullish period, that's why I keep saying in my Get Rich videos, just really be a little bit, put your IQ, maybe let's pick a number that it is, and divide it by, divided by 2. That's how you got to act when you're in a really bullish market. You got to act really stupid and just kind of get to a risk profile that you're not really that comfortable with. Only utilizing money you're able to lose, obviously. But I'm talking about risk profile for money that you're able to lose. Never, 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 never go for money you can't afford to lose. You know, don't spend your money that you have to pay for food on this stuff. But basically, just me personally, I think investing that method in a really, really bullish market is optimizing returns, not safety, not pleasure. I definitely think you're going to make so many losses you're going to really want to scratch your eyes out. But the amount of times you're going to make profit are going to outweigh that. We're pumping again on Bitcoin, guys. We're pumping. I really wonder what's going to happen when I wake up tomorrow, or I guess today, later today. I wonder if Bitcoin's just going to go absolutely nuts and go on a crazy stroll, or if it's going to return back around. I really hope the bull run is not back, though, guys. I really, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I hope. I just want to buy more cheap crypto. But it's surging like crazy. It's already up $2,000 in such a short period of time. That's wild. It's up 7% today already. Damn, guys, that is crazy. Wow. It's so tempting to FOMO in. I understand people when they say that. It's so tempting. It's so tempting to just open up your wallet and just go and just spend it all on more crypto. I understand. Oh, it's tempting. Even now I'm thinking, man, maybe I don't have enough. But no, I put a good chunk of money into crypto recently. I'm very comfortable now with whatever I'm holding. And I shouldn't get overzealous because we have the principles. We have the principles. I really wonder if CZ knew. We covered that tweet a little while ago. I wonder if that guy knew what was coming up. It's also funny that our trades were like too spot on. I'm a little bit afraid with how good our trades were. If you guys remember, literally, okay, so anybody that's watching this video right now, oh, the live stream, whoa, it's laggy, sorry. Anybody that's watching this right now, take a look after this at the video I made about Bitcoin. It's finally happening, Bitcoin breakout. JP Morgan is calling Bitcoin a Ponzi. This is, I don't know, 3 hours ago or so, 3 hours ago, I think, maybe 4 hours ago. Bitcoin at $21.3 thousand. And I'm saying in this video, the moment that we breached 21.4 something, which it was almost looking as if it was going to happen at that point. It didn't though. It did. But then not 24, whatever point that we were watching for. Basically, just check back. I think you can see the exact time that I was making this video at. Somewhere, maybe. No, maybe not. However, at that point, the market was not shifting up too crazy just quite yet. It was a little bit later than that. But it was so crazy. Just right after we said it. We were saying it for days, though. But that's the trade here was actually pretty amazing. Oh, actually, I see we have 2 donations that came in over time. One I missed, I think. Oh, no, here we go. Dennis 101 Vlogs came with the €3 saying, fist bump. Oh, fist bump. And Tales from the Crypto coming in the 2 Canadians saying, any thoughts on Pulse Chain and Pulse X? Pulse Chain, is that from Hex stuff? I'm not a big fan of those guys, of Hex and everything in that ballpark. Bitcoin is pumping. No way. We're pumping through. Altcoins are... Oh, XRP is also pumping again. I'm not a big fan of Pulse Chain in that sense. But I just don't know much about it. It's just that guy doesn't give me good vibes. So you're right for the first time. Nice one, my buddy. Nice one. I like that. I like the thought process. Yes, Richard Hart. Again, I don't know too much about the guy. All right? I don't know too much about him, but it's not something that I'm invested in at all. I have $0 in Pulse Chain or Hex. Guys, we're just going absolutely insane Holy you can't make this stuff up. We're pumping out of proportion. Bitcoin up. You see, this is why it feels like the bull market is back, guys. Holy smokes. Wow. Sick of hearing he called the top. I don't know him. I don't care about him. I like listening to Richard talk shit. Yeah, I guess if you have all the time in the world, why not, right? Guys, if you, whatever you think about him, if you think he's arrogant, you think he's this, that, just don't watch him then. If you think something about him, who cares, right? I literally, it does not matter, my opinion. Don't waste your time on that stuff then. If you think he's this, that, just don't entertain yourself with this type of stuff. Don't waste your time. He probably is extremely wealthy from a lot of the stuff which he's done. You know, so he's probably been doing a better job of making money than a lot of us, or you, depending on how much money he has. I don't know. So, just, I guess, depending on how he made it, maybe he's just scamming everybody. I'm not sure how good Hex is. Maybe it's just a garbage coin. I don't know. I don't care. I don't know. I don't touch it. Don't associate myself with it. Who gives a crap? Yeah. I'm staying away. That's all I'm saying. I think we'll get wrecked again soon. Let's hope. Let's hope. I honestly, from the bottom of my heart, people hate me for this, but from the bottom of my heart, hope we're just going to crash hard. And you know, when people have this feeling, it is only because they don't have enough crypto yet. I don't have enough crypto yet. I don't. I believe too much in this technology, and I need to buy more. I have goals, all right? I have quota to meet. And I don't have the amount of Bitcoin that I want. I have the amount of XRP that I want. I'm comfortable with the amount of XRP that I have. I need more Bitcoin, though. I've been neglecting Bitcoin for too long. I've been stacking XRP like a madman, all right? The moment that XRP gets back to $1, I'm going to throw a little party, all right? I'm going to go insane already, because $1 is already a lot if you have the amount of XRP that I have. But yeah, it's going to be pretty significant soon. Things are going to start moving quickly, and I just don't want it to go yet. Bitcoin is going so insane. $22.7 thousand, here we are. Oh, it's pumping like crazy. We have another hour and 20 minutes before the daily close, though. That's going to set everything in motion. XRP is also on a slight incline. It's not that severe yet. Not overzealous. You know, not too excited about XRP just quite yet. Still has a little bit of room to grow. I need to go charge another phone. Let me try to charge this phone. Yeah, I'm not so sure what else to tell you guys. We have the long positions open. They're still ongoing. They're still running. I'm not changing anything. Bitcoin is pumping up. We're all enjoying it. Hbar is kind of falling down. It's enjoyed the biggest of their heights. Bitcoin is up roughly 7.15% today. Ethereum is up 6.5-ish. XRP is up 4.5. XRP is kind of going sideways right now for the last hour and a little bit. But Bitcoin is still continuing on with the pump. And it's interesting because I think Bitcoin is overtaking almost anything right now. I think also if you look at the Bitcoin dominance, let's take a look. If we can. Yeah, you can see it's peaking right now. It's going pretty hard. Because it's just outperforming all altcoins. And this, honestly, guys, is what you very often see at the start of big bull runs. That Bitcoin all of a sudden takes back a lot of the volume which is lost. A lot of the dominance that it had before. And then the moment that altcoins spike, you start to see Bitcoin fall again. But yeah. Crazy. Really, really crazy. DYDX also not too shabby. Look at Aptos. Is it really going insane still? Something happening? KuCoin, fine. Wow. It's pushing through still. Wow, it's up 11% of the hour. It's way outperforming the rest of the market now. Up 37%. So basically like Hbar performance here. It's the new Hbar of the last little while here, I guess. Damn. Dennis says, I think there's manipulation on XRP, or do you think that XRP will go up further? I think XRP still has a little bit of push left. If the other altcoins pump here, XRP will most likely follow suit. And as long as Bitcoin keeps it up like this, yeah, XRP will also follow a similar faith, most likely. Alchemist is too late to buy anything. It's too late to buy anything with being responsible. Carl, is Sibirem not just same as Lunk tread with the... I don't know what you're saying, my buddy. Alex says, the lower the volume relative to the more upwards the move, more likely it is to be cascade or liquidations. Honestly, the move has a lot more volume now. Obviously, as the price is starting to move uppers and uppers and uppers more in that direction. But I'd mostly agree, the less the volume, the less certain we are that it's going to persist. And I again also agree with you mostly on the cascade part. Liquidations, again, I'm thinking with a lot of liquidations, you might actually still have a lot of volume. I think mostly along the lines of major sell barriers getting major psychological barriers, for example, getting broken, where there's just not a lot of people that are trying to push back after the level has been broken. And that's kind of what we're seeing right here. Is your mobile wallet safe? I personally am not a fan of mobile wallets. I'd personally say don't keep any sort of crypto on your phone. What if a guy comes up to you in the street and says, hey, give me your crypto, And you're like, well, why don't give me your crypto, what are you going to do? So I'd rather just have no connection at all. He can go through my phone. I'm going to be like, man, I literally cannot do anything for you. It's not physically possible. I cannot, gurgle out my private keys because I don't know. There's nothing I can do. I'd rather just not associate myself with that type of stuff. So, but that's my own personal thought process. Maybe nobody knows you have crypto, so hey, who's going to know, right? Or you're just going to say, I lost my password. But yeah, I don't know about that. I personally am not a big fan of keeping it on you like that. Are the wallets good? Exodus, I think, is pretty good. I'm not so sure on the risks on those. But the moment that your device is infected, your crypto is in a lot of trouble. The moment you have some sort of key, so the moment you install any app or any sort of thing that can track whatever you, for example, put in your paste bin or this, that, or in your keystrokes or anything like that. It's just, I don't know. I don't want to associate myself with that risk on the phone. I don't like it. Can you explain the pump for those who just joined? We broke a major barrier for Bitcoin's price at $21.4 thousand, and it's just persisting from that point forward. That's pretty simple to explain it to you in that way. And we're just going on and on and on. And we've been going on and on and on for a little while. Optimism is breaking new all-time highs. Wow. Optimism is always pretty... Oh, Ethereum is pumping back up again. XRP really is like some black ducky or whatever. What's the English one? Black sheep? Yeah, Ethereum also picking itself back up. It still feels relatively cheap, though, for Ethereum. It's already garbage. It's already ridiculously high. We're double the price we were a couple weeks ago, but still, it still feels kind of cheap at $1,600. Apto is also starting to pump again. Bitcoin on the roll. Things are just going insane. Very easy. Hydrophonics says, good evening, Dusty. Finally, we got some breakout in the market. Hbar is pumping. Hbar is actually starting to kind of calm down. Bitcoin is pumping significantly, and most altcoins are following suit. Hbar was pumping a while ago like crazy. Right now, it's also kind of slowing down piece by piece. Again, guys, we have all the long positions open. I'm not stopping them anytime soon. We're going for Bitcoin all the way towards $24.5 thousand at least. That's what we're rooting for. And then I'm going to start kind of thinking about potentially selling something in terms of my long positions, kind of stopping them. I was thinking I wanted to make some ginger tea, but I kind of don't want to.
I don't know where a knife. Let's see.
What if I'm going to cut my ginger and all of a sudden I get struck down because I'm showing some knife? Now I can have a cooking show on YouTube, right? Oh, guys, this is a good day. This is an extremely good day. Oh, how long we've waited for this, huh? Even though I'm not happy because I'd rather have the prices go down. But hey. Let's see. In 2025, what three cryptos do you think will have presumed the best cheers? Have presumed the best cheers. Performed the best, you mean? Man, 2025. I always ask this question because I wonder what people think. But for me, I really have no idea. Which will perform the best over the next 2 years. That's why I spread my basket so thin, right? I hold a lot of different cryptos because they all have different purposes and different reasons to go up, I'd say. So you think we're out of the bear market at the bottom finally now? Let's say it differently. I don't hope so, but it feels as if the biggest bottom is in, and that even though we can have some pullbacks, that we might not hit a lower level than we've seen just now, and that indeed the bear market officially is over, the bull market is here, albeit that it might take another year and a half for us to reach a new all-time high for Bitcoin or anything, right? It could take a long time still, but that we might not go to the lower price we've seen before. However, what is also interesting is that none of the news outlets have been picking up crypto anymore for the last couple of weeks, even though we've even crossed like 20,000 bucks after hitting such low points. The big news buzz is not there, so it's not like a retail-focused FOMO pump that we're seeing just quite yet. That might still actually hit soon as Bitcoin, for example, crosses 25,000 bucks or so. If we cross 25, ooh, it might actually go really, really hard at that point, guys. Yeah, and that's something interesting to watch. Huh. Yeah. But I guess, guys, we're just going to have to kind of see how this goes for the next couple of hours. I'm going to go to prepare. It's almost 3 a.m. We've watched it for enough. My long position is going to stay open anyway. We're only going to end them. Again, I have a lot of long positions open over on Bybit. If you also want to join Bybit, a link is down below for that. We're going to keep them open until 24.5, or if push comes to shove, we might lose something. But I think the position that we have is pretty good. We've been in it since, I think, like 16,000 bucks or so. So we're still pretty solid in that. Pretty good profit already made. We're going to hold on to it. It's going to be pretty awesome. On XRP and all these other coins, I think we have an XRP long open as well, even though it's not the biggest of ones. But it's pretty good. I just keep on buying more every single day. I think it's the best way to go about it. And right now, I'm already looking into some crazier altcoins to buy. So I'm going to be sharing more of those. And tomorrow, I'm making 2 videos. 1, my top 5 or top 7 or so favorite altcoins. And 2, can you become a millionaire with XRP or something like that? And what are my thoughts on that? Tomorrow, those 2 videos are going to be coming out for sure. And probably an update on the market. So if you guys are excited for that, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video tomorrow, right? 2 at least. I think 3, but we'll see. Everybody, thank you so much for stopping by and saying hi. You guys are all amazing. We've been streaming for roughly 2 hours, so I think it's a time to close this one off. And I hope you guys get some crazy trade early or later on in the night while I'm sleeping. Wish you guys the best. And we'll speak tomorrow, guys. So see you again tomorrow on another one. Peace out, everybody. Thank you all so much for stopping by. Oh, press the like button before you go. Press the like button before you go, everybody. So the live stream gets recommended afterwards to people again. Make sure everybody press the like button. And also, if you join my video tomorrow, just say in the comments that you were here during the live stream. I really appreciate that. I watch every single comment. I appreciate that a lot. Peace out, everybody.